What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome back to MGTV. Let's talk. It's not football right now. We're just talking general things that we need to talk about. I got my home girl Alyssa in the back.
Yes, sir.
Got Jade in the building as well. She'll join when she's ready. Listen, we're live and alive, people. We're live and alive, and it's funny. Just before we went on air, Alyssa was talking about how we need to be more grateful for things. So that's where my saying comes from. We're live, like we're live, and we're alive. Trust me. So listen, we need to definitely give more thanks to the opportunities and situations that we're in because a lot of people are in worse situations. Big up Walkie in the building. First, hello, hello, hello. Listen, we love it. We love it, man. Today we're going to be talking about cancel culture. Obviously, Alyssa's from the States, but we can still talk about the differences in cancel culture and the similarities as well. I think it'll be good. How you guys feeling, man? I'm going to do some promotion quickly. Let me just let everyone know that we are live.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm looking.
How you feeling today, Alyssa, man?
I woke up today blessed. You already know,
Mm.
man. I mean, work is work, life is life, right? But I woke up. We had this conversation. Grateful,
Yeah.
grateful.
Yep. Trust me, man. We got to be more grateful, man, because we as people are normally we always complain, this is not
Mm-hmm.
right, that's not right, but we don't really appreciate the things that are actually the normal things that are right. You know what I mean? That some people don't have, like water. What you guys say,
Right.
water, water. You know what I
Water,
mean? So
water,
water and that.
water,
But yeah, facts, man.
water.
Walkie's saying the states. We made it.
No, but seriously, you really shouldn't take your days for granted. They might not be the best days, but like I was telling you, man, like you woke up today, you were able to brush your teeth, you were able to eat anything, a cracker, you know what I mean? Like your
Yeah.
circumstances might not always be perfect, but you got to wake up and ask yourself, what are you grateful for?
Hmm.
And that kind of jump starts your morning because it gives you an outlook of something positive to think about, and it motivates you more than going, ah, man, I got to do this, or I have to pay this, or
Yeah.
this is what's wrong, or you know what I mean? It also
Yeah.
opens up your
Facts.
mind too. It opens up your mind,
Why
gives you
don't
an
you
open mind.
Why don't you? No, facts. Why don't you tell us a bit about cancel culture in America, like your
Uh,
experiences in that? What do you think, man? Give
I
us an
think
insight.
I think it's gotten really bad, especially with social media wise. Um, Before, I feel like growing up, right? I feel like things were a little bit more exposed, or people weren't crucified for their opinions, or you know what I mean? People actually like did their research and they took the time to kind of see and dissect the situation. And
Yeah,
I feel like now it's pretty much it's bad because if somebody with a high following or someone who is popular, right, goes ahead and they attack someone who might not be as popular up to that par, the person who is not at that level is always going to suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Cause yeah.
Because that person has a bigger platform, so they're being heard, they're being listened to. Even the people who go from the smaller platform to the bigger platform to argue, they're still bringing attraction to the bigger platform. You
Yep.
understand? So for cancel culture, it gets bad. I think everybody's just a little sensitive. Before, people respected each other for speaking the truth and giving real insight and real opinions. Now it's kind of like everybody's on eggshells because they're like, yo, if I say the wrong thing about this, I'm going to be attacked by this group of people. And if I wear this type of thing, I'm going to be attacked by this group of people. And if I say this word, these group of people are going to come and attack me. So everybody's just walking on
On edge.
eggshells. Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
wants to just speak their truth anymore. So it's just like, what do you cancel culture is bad. It's a lot of follower stuff instead of doing the research.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. And it's sensitive. It's sensitive. Everybody has an opinion, right? We should all be allowed to speak our minds without disrespecting each other, right? So that was a point I had made in a chat a few days ago because you guys know I'm heavy into the gaming world, right? I'm a content creator.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Play video.
OG gamer, you know. Come on, don't play.
Gamers, it was a network that was built for people to just come and interact. You understand what I'm saying? Because when we were growing up, we were able to play with our cousins and play with our family members. The internet changed a lot for us, right?
Yeah,
So especially with cancel culture, everything is so exposed through the internet that it's so easy to either promote it or kill it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It's
So, would you say that sometimes, because here UK cancel culture is different to America. I feel like
Mhm.
in the UK, like you guys are more free to do certain things. Here, listen, until the majority say it's cool, they don't want to hear it.
Right,
Like,
right.
and a part of it could be ignorance, you know, because ignorance is bliss. But at the same time, it's just too ruthless, and that's what kind of holds us back. You guys, as much as you have cancel culture in the US, I think you guys are a bit more free flow with it. Like if someone comes out and does the mad thing, like for example, when oh, what's his name? What's that rapper that wears all the earrings and he dresses like he wears female clothes and stuff? What's his name again?
That's like all of them. You gotta be more
No, but what's the
specific.
main guy? He raps with Migos and that sometimes. Young Thug, is it?
There's a few of them. There's
Is it Young Thug?
Lil
Lil
Uzi.
Nas. Waki said Lil Nas.
It's something Thug. I don't listen.
Something
Young
Thug.
There's Young Thug, and then there's Lil Uzi.
Yeah, they're probably Uzi and that, and yeah, Young Thug and that. If someone in the UK came out and did that, bro, they're not lasting a day. The whole social media is all the social media outlets like the blogs and that. They're getting ripped to shreds. Yeah, Young Thug. They're getting ripped to shreds. But in America, it's a thing where you kind of certain people are gonna think, oh no, he's moving weird and whatever, but they kind of still let it slide. Like they still listen to his music, they still rate him, and here it's not a joke. It's toxic, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about there's a rapper called Margs, and basically Magpies here says some people deserve to be cancelled, like Sam Smith and Lil Uzi Vert. Wow.
Damn, what's wrong
Interesting.
with Sam?
Yeah, what did Sam Smith do, Mag?
Yeah, what
He's
he
been
do?
dressing like a devil quite a lot lately.
Really?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why for that, man?
But
Yeah, he needs to stop
since
that.
Drake started painting his nails, I think a lot of people in the UK will start to follow suit now.
Who's painting their nails?
Drake.
I listen. Drake's a goal. Drake's a goal, but I'm not painting my nails, bro. I'm not,
I have my own theories on what that is. You know what I mean? That's stuff beyond a podcast we could talk about. But
listen, it's funny Alyssa says that. Soon we're gonna have members only section, and we're gonna be doing exclusive chats there as well. You know what I mean? So trust me. I F&R in the building. I've firms, jump on. We need you here, man. We're talking some UK stuff. We need you, bro. But yeah, go on, Alyssa. You said you got your own theory. What is there? Is there like a daytime part of it that we can, you know, that we're allowed to hear right now, or should we leave that for the members only?
I don't know. Let's do long story short. There are influences around people, and there are certain things that certain influencers are starting to speak out about, right? So the same way that you pay attention to just the culture in general, how we grew up with certain rappers and artists that are now in jail and just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You get what I'm saying? So if you actually pay attention to cancel culture and you know what's going on in the business world and stuff like that, and you can just kind of put it together and listen to people, you feel me? And that means taking the shit that actually kind of makes sense and taking the shit that doesn't make sense and kind of just.
So are you talking about the above powers?
I think every system has a leader. right?
Yeah.
Every system, everybody does, right? Everything works on a system. So I just feel that you never know who's in charge, like who's actually running stuff, if that makes sense, you know? So a lot of the stuff, you kind of have to take it into consideration. It's the same stuff happening just within different people. So when something is reoccurring, that's called a pattern, right? So the pattern has to be coming from somewhere. There can't just be there's no coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence. You get what I'm saying? Accidents, mistakes, whatever. But a pattern that comes from somewhere, that a pattern is created. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have 10 artists painting their nose and shaving their head and all of a sudden their lyrics all sound the same and stuff, then
I know what you're
I see where you're going.
You get what I'm saying? And what's the common denominator? So
Well, that's a good take. That's a good take. Yeah, it's true, man. There's a lot of higher powers out there, man. There's a lot of higher powers. There's a lot of influence happening. There's a lot of strings being pulled, and a lot of times where someone behind the scenes has kind of given the green light or something, and then you just see a set of people just follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the young children.
Yeah. And then the younger generation start following that because they see the people they looking up to doing certain things, and there you go. But cool. What I want to talk about today, so there's a rapper called Margs, big up Margs. He's a cold rapper. I listen to him. He said on a podcast that, so what happened was in the UK, and I'm sure it happens everywhere else, there's certain situations where the younger generation are used to do certain things. Yeah. So if you've got like people moving drugs or whatever, or food, we call it food over here, whatever. You got people doing certain things. There's certain portion of it that is left to the young people, whether it's to do transporting or whatever. I'm sure it's the same in America. You know, get the young boy to start doing moves on his push bike, or get the young boy to sit in the yard and, you know, handle the phone calls and whatever. Cool. So what happened was, I don't know the ins and outs of the example he used, but what happened was there was a drug dealer who got arrested, and he got put into prison for child slavery, modern day slavery. And Margs's argument was that it's not modern day slavery. And basically the internet just started going crazy on him, saying he doesn't know what he's talking about and whatnot. Obviously within context, maybe the way he delivered it kind of was a bit, you know, I can understand why people were kind of getting onto him. So what he basically said was that it's not modern day slavery, which I agree to an extent. He basically said that we are putting these, we as in the people on the ends and whatever, because everyone's come from a certain demographic. He said that we, the people from the streets, we're putting these young guys on because no one else wants to help them. No one else, the government's not helping, their peers are not helping. So drug dealers essentially are the ones helping these young people. Obviously, that form of delivery is a bit mad. That sounds wrong in itself. But where I agree with him is that it's not modern day slavery to an extent, because a lot of these young boys want to do it. Fair enough, they might know 80% of the risks, but they know 80% of the risks. The people out there, they seem to think that these kids don't know the risk and they're being manipulated into it. There are examples of that. You know what? Do this, you're going to be the man. Do this, you're going to be a millionaire. Do this, you're not going to get caught. To that extent, that's manipulation, that's grooming. But for the people that, a lot of these young generations are looking up to these so-called fraudsters, drug dealers, or businessmen, whoever. Young people look up to people with money. So if a guy is making money and he says he can put you on, all you have to do is sit in the house and answer phone calls, which the kid probably knows about anyway, how is that? I don't think that's grooming. So I don't think it's grooming. I think it's free will. It's free will. Once you start adding elements of manipulation,
that's what I was gonna say.
Then cool, you got an argument,
right?
You know,
like if
and blackmail and stuff like that.
Right. Like if he's holding them hostage to do it, then that's slavery. Slavery is doing something against your own will,
exactly,
and being in an environment that's not livable. You understand what I'm saying? That's not
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So with all of that, no. I mean, from beginning of time, and I know you said it sounds wrong, right? But corruption is what founded our nation, right? So if people did know their history, especially when it comes to gangs and stuff like that, they would know that there was a mafia. They would know that the mafia ran everything, Italians. They would know all of this information, right? The thing is that
Yeah.
this day and age of kids aren't educated in that because the only street that they have inside of them is what they hear through music.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up like that. You understand what I'm saying? So the difference between the generation now and our generation is that we actually had parents and family members that had, remember, we as 90s kids or going into 2000 kids, we grew up with 80s and 70s parents, and our grandparents were from the 40s, the 30s, and the 50s and stuff like that, right? So we grew up with all of that knowledge being passed down to us. And when it got to our generation, pretty much we already witnessed what all the family had done. We've heard all the stories. We've seen all the different family members. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't say that street life in general, whether it's scamming, the drugs, anything that has money. And like you said, this generation is so quick to jump into it, not caring about what the risks of the street is, because they've never actually been in the streets. They've never had what they see, what they think that the streets is exactly what you said, Rhino, is when they pop up, right? And you got a fly ass Lamborghini, got an AP on your shit. Your fucking sneakers are limited edition. You know what I mean? You got you not only pulling up with one bad ass female, you're pulling up with multiple bad females. You get what I'm saying? And all these bitches know that you're sleeping with all of them, but you're like, damn, like, man's got money, he got girls, he's paying for our shit. But you know what? That's all so that you can do that got shit, you know what I mean? So that you can put on, because people have to put up appearances to attract other people to want to do what they're doing, right? So in a way, it's a form of manipulation, because you're going based off of what you see because you want to be that person, right? So what happens? You start wanting to be in those circles, right? You start wanting to like click up with people, and then you get into that lifestyle with them because you want to be them. But behind closed doors, they're not really good people. They don't really do nothing for their family, not doing nothing for their community. All that money is fake. You got what I'm saying? They're in debt. It's just all for appearances. So it's not, the street life is gang members. Gangs were real things. All right. Like real things. And at the end of the day, when you're raised in a street smart environment, you will hear people literally say, if you lose that 6-figure job tomorrow, if the stock market crashes, if you lost your job, period, any job, what would you do for money? If the government stopped giving you a food stamp check, a welfare check, a check for giving your time to a company, what would you do?
Where do you go?
What are you going to do to survive? So in a way, COVID kind of reset all of that for us. You get what I'm saying? COVID made everybody kind of take a step back and go, oh shit, I can't go outside to make money. So how am I going to make money now? So a lot of entrepreneurs were grown and cultivated and built throughout COVID, because a lot of people, instead of getting the shot and going to get vaccinated and conforming to what, again, society wanted them to do, right? They were like, nah, how do I figure it out? I can make money. I'm going to make money. You know what I mean? They started making
It's the idle hands that kind of made people start opening up their minds.
Started making candles, started cooking food and plates. What people don't understand is that to have a hustle doesn't necessarily mean just drugs. You can hustle anything in life. You understand what I'm saying? You could go outside and shovel fucking dirt and sprinkle a little something in it and let it plant a little avocado and sell avocado plants outside your crib. And that is a hustle. Going to buy a 12-pack of water at the store and standing on the corner selling dollar waters is a hustle. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, of course. Drugs, it's a hustle. You know what comes with that, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of these kids, they want to do it. They want to, like, make
wanna
that
hustle.
money, and they want to be the hustler and go show off to their friends and whatnot. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So I just can't call it modern day slavery. I just disagree.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
everyone that thinks it's modern day slavery, they're ignorant.
If those kids aren't getting beat, starved, forced, touched, it's just them. They're hustling.
Yeah. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, or what's good or bad. All I'm saying to you is that the term modern day slavery should not be associated with that.
It's
all
excessive.
these ignorant people that don't know about the streets and just want to judge. I understand it. Oh, black people are killing black people, and oh, this person raps about this in his music and all of that. Fair enough. I understand the stigma and the kind of reputation that kind of comes with it. The when people are, what's the word I want to use? It's stereotype. I understand that, but at the end of the day, all it is if you don't come from that world, you won't understand it. So from the outside looking in, it's going to look mad to you. Oh, look at all of these guys. They're making these young guys do all this, these drugs and stuff. They're bad people, but they don't know the context to it because you haven't seen it. You haven't been there, you know. And a lot of people don't understand something till they've been through it themselves. And I said this in my other stream. At the end of the day, you look at that guy that wanted to commit suicide and you laugh at him and you call him weak. You think he wanted to commit suicide. Look at him. He's weak till the day you've contemplated wanting to do it yourself. Then now you have a bit more empathy for that person. We're not talking sympathy, we're talking empathy because you understand the feelings. So a lot of people disregard what they don't know. And that's what I don't like. And we're guilty of it ourselves to a degree, but not to an ignorant degree where we're now in a generation where we need to be open for we need to have an open mind with things nowadays, and we need to be a bit more sensitive. So a young boy going to do trapping at his own will, going to sell drugs or whatever, we call it obviously going whatever, going upside, whatever, going country, whatever, is not modern day slavery. It's cap. Whoever thinks that, please explain it to me. If you want to leave a comment and tell me I'm wrong, explain it. I can understand why you might see a bit of, manipulation to a degree because they see all the good side to it, but more time they know the pros and cons, and they know the repercussions if they lose things and whatever. They understand what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Fair enough. If they're under a certain age, then maybe that's when we can start having this conversation. If they're under maybe, I'll say even 16's old enough. A lot of these kids are young and smart.
16, these kids are having sex at like 13 years old.
Yes.
Like what?
So
what? Like,
they've got an understanding of, they're growing. These kids are growing up faster nowadays, isn't it? Big up Synergy. Yo, my guy. Let me just get these comments out of the way. Yes, Mike Young says facts. Gifted Chick says she's watching a bit from the train. Yes, I appreciate that, man. You're always locked in. Make sure you like the video. Magpie says Alyssa is so passionate. Listen, that's what we have her on the show. Alyssa is passion merchant. Trust me, she speaks from her heart. Real people there, man. Kojo says facts. Wacky says facts. Listen, people, that's all we try to do. Spit factual stuff, and even if we don't know something, we try and give our opinion and be reasonable. That's what life's about. Let's talk. This is called Let's Talk.
Let's talk.
And we're chatting. Let's talk. No, let's talk for the UK and let's talk for the Americans. You feel me? Let's talk. Nah, it's a talk. It's a talk. You sound like you're saying stalk, but with a T. Talk. Let's talk.
Yo, there's no winning, yo.
But yeah, so that's my point, man. And going back into the whole UK cancel culture, don't worry, I've got juice in my cup. Not to promote anything. Yeah. Okay. Even though I'm sipping it, I like to sip juice. Yeah.
Got you.
It's just juice. If you know, you know. But yeah, the cancel culture here is crazy. I'm telling you guys from now, like, me and I don't know if F and R are still in the building, but there's certain times we're having meetings in studio and we're just planning certain things with with artists and whatever. And sometimes we go wild with our brainstorming, like, oh, why don't we try this? And this could go viral, and let's do that, and let's do this. Certain things we can't even try or even think to contemplate to try because the UK is not going to accept it, even if it's kind of smart and even if it's kind of a new wave. I'm trying to see if I can give an example because I don't want to give away our blueprint because we're working on the master plan. But let's say, for example, there's a UK rapper, and I'll give you a good example. I'll give an example that works. For example, when Nines was giving out turkeys for Christmas, or when Nines bought the whole hood trainers, you know, that works. People co-sign that. But if we go into examples of trying to go viral and thinking out the box, like back in the day, doing something wild just to get attention would have been deemed mad. But now, because of the social media era that we're in and everyone's got their camera phones and everything, it's like...
Right. Everything is content.
You get me? Yeah, it's content, yeah. Jade's put here, when an individual is afraid about others. Okay, so she says the definition of modern slavery is when an individual is exploited by others for personal commercial gain. And there you go. And the key word in that is exploited.
Tricked or coerced.
I mean, or tricked or coerced. I'm going to put that up so people can look at that while we're talking about it. Let me make it into a little banner. So I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen. So we define modern day slavery as when an individual is exploited by others for personal or commercial gain, whether tricked or coerced. Okay. I kind of see coerced and tricked kind of as the same thing, but I get it. Coerced is more of a convincing thing.
Manipulation, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So I think, I feel like, yeah, tricked is when you paint it better than it is,
right,
and you just completely just fool them and you've got them. Coerced is more of a, yeah. So manipulation's right. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like I said to you, these kids know what they're doing. So if you want to talk about exploiting, exploiting's normally when you take advantage of them. Like you're exploiting the fact that they're younger, you know, for your gain. You're putting them at the risk to take you out the risk. You know what I mean?
Those are all relationships that have to be built. And like you said, if people aren't from that world, then they don't know. And that's why
they don't understand.
People can't argue do they really know better? Yes, because even when you join gangs, right? Gangs have manifests, right? Which literally are the rules to the gang that are passed down from generation to generation, right? Which is what you represent. It's like church. You're giving yourself to an organization. You get what I'm saying? For the gang side of it. But no drug dealer is just out here going, hey, you buddy with the little Pokemon book bag over there. I saw you today. You had an apple for lunch. And I saw those kids over there punch you in the face. So come here. I got something for you. You know what I mean? And kids aren't just approaching people either because we were all taught don't speak to strangers, right? Those relationships have to be built. And 9 out of 10 times, the conversation that people don't want to have is that a lot of these kids don't get into it just from the streets. A lot of these kids watch and they have role models who are engaged in these activities and they look up to those family members and they want in on what they see. There's a lot that we can talk about with that all day long. You know what I mean? But argue they don't know what they're getting themselves into, absolutely not. They absolutely do.
And that's what I'm saying. And to a degree, there's going to be the kids that are manipulated and whatever. But the ignorance coming from people that are not from that world to just automatically just throw it in the bin and say, oh, it's modern day slavery. Get out of here, man. I'm tired of you guys. And we're going to talk about drill next week as well. Drill music and the influence of drill music. Because what I hate is ignorant. Listen, whoever wants to have a conversation with me, I'm not scared. I'll join your platform. You can join mine. Whoever thinks is modern day slavery is capping. I understand, and I say this loud and clear. I understand the element of why you can use that term, but the way they're using that term is to just throw it in a box and just kind of kick it to the curb. It's like saying drill causes violence and just blaming just the drill and the violence. It's ignorance. Listen, why don't we talk about rock and roll music?
Right.
How they talk about doing certain things to certain people, taking certain drugs and whatever, and it's globalized. There's mad hits that, do you know what I'm saying? We're talking about
Hard
even
rock,
American
disco,
music,
house.
all the big hip hop rappers, what they talk about. What the UK people glorify it and rap it in their songs. But as soon as a UK person comes from the drill world and now makes drill music, all of a sudden we have to paint their picture. No, we need to have the same energy with everything else. You feel me? Let me go through some of the comments. Magpie says here, well, the drug dealers want the young kids to think that they're part of the family. Yes, I get that. There's portions of that where you kind of trick them and make them think that they are family. And to a degree,
they are
family because they got no one else.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, you're looking out for them. You're putting money in their pocket. You're feeding their families as long as their loyalty is to you. So yeah, in a sense, absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's levels to this shit.
So I understand 100%. Magpie says here, plus they use kids to transport drugs. Yeah, that's true. But it's all the context. They use kids, but sometimes you don't realize the kids they use and want to do it.
But that's
they want
also
to take
a
that
different
risk.
world, though. That transporting a drug, that's also a different world because what is it? They were stealing kids, right, for like militias.
Oh yeah,
like that, right?
Yeah,
and teaching them at young ages, and they would sell the girls into whatever, and then the boys would go on to be, what do they call them? Rebels? What do I call them?
Yeah. They're like scapegoats.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So like in that case where kids are, that's what we mean by that's exactly the definition we posted. You get what I'm saying? They're taken, they're tricked, and they're coerced, like and manipulated. You get and brainwashed.
There you go.
So that is child slavery. You get what I'm saying? But being a drug dealer is not modern day slavery.
That's what I'm saying. If you actually take the context of it and you look at the bigger picture, you have to look that there's different circumstances or different situations. But these people that made the comment about modern day slavery, they just categorize the whole thing. Anyone that uses young people is modern day slavery. No, please use context. Big up my guy Projects. Listen, my guy Project. I listen to those projects as well. You know, sir. But Project might know as someone else. You might be thinking, who's Alyssa? You know, we might be thinking about Honey. You guys might be asking, who's Honey? Listen, that's a different world, my people. But yeah, big up my guy Project every time. Big up my guy Jamie. Big up Hillsong. Let me search Hillsong right now because I know Jamie has always got a joke. So let's type in Hillsong, and see what Jamie's talking about. I'm gonna go to images because Jamie's always up to something.
The violence was definitely here prior to drill.
Hillsong, what is that? Are they worship songs? I don't get it. Anyway, Jamie, elaborate because I don't get what you mean. But yeah, Jamie's saying big facts, 100%. Jerome saying, Rhino, big up yourself. Big up you, Jerome, man. And Jerome, please make sure you're subscribed and make sure you like the video. Generalizing things. The violence was here prior to drill music, 100%. We're going to talk about that. I might even be able to, we'll squeeze it in. We're going to squeeze it in one of our sessions one of our shows coming up anyway, depending on how it goes. We've done half an hour already. So, yeah. Jerome Lester, your point is valid. Thank you. Jaden wants to play devil's advocate. Listen, we believe in God. We don't believe in the devil. I'm joking. Well, no, I'm not joking. We do believe in God, but, yeah.
No,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, we get it. We're moving on. Let's just go forward.
It's the apple juice.
It's the apple juice.
Devil's advocate, but does the flashy trainers and cars build a fake picture to the younger kids? It takes away or sugarcoats the dangers of being robbed, dying, or getting to beef. Okay, big up my guy F&R Firms in the building. Listen, the flashy trainers, I'm good, my bro. The flashy trainers and the cars is a reality, though. It's not like you borrowed the flashy car and you put on the trainers to trick them to say, look, this is the life we're living. But realistically, they don't have flashy trainers. Being of that, doing the things that they do brings a certain amount of money, and that allows them to buy the flashy trainers. So I get, if you're saying fake picture, you're talking about the fact that they don't know the risks. But I think, listen, we're in a day and age where they know the risks now, man. I'm tired of, we need to take responsibility for our actions. These kids know the risks.
I wrote that today. I was going to talk about
what a coincidence.
People don't like taking responsibility these days, bro.
They don't, bro. And it pisses me off.
I'd rather blame something or someone, bro.
Yes.
feel me?
Hence why
You
the
wake up
police
late,
blame
oh,
drill
the
music.
train was long.
Yeah.
The bus took.
Just wake up earlier.
Yeah, but like
Simple,
you
bro.
said, rock music was no better. And when we watch these documentaries and these tours, and it doesn't matter amongst what color of whoever is making music. Every video has the same thing: girls, drugs, money, cars, clothes, and a scenery. Whether it's the beach, the club, a house, a private island. You get what I'm saying? Like,
No, 100%.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I can't wait.
facts.
Me personally, I can't wait for the drill conversation because obviously I'm on the other end. A lot of people don't really like to talk about the other end. Everyone always talks about the artists, but people don't really talk about the producers.
The producers.
No one
talk
talks
about the other parts
cameramen
of
and
it.
the other
The
parts.
cameramen, the
I'll turn
managers.
around.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah, like,
the
it's a lot,
the
man.
beat is not a problem. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I think people don't realize either. The problem are not the beats or the mix up or the mashups or the melody and none of that stuff. The problem are with the image that's being portrayed in the lyrics that are being said. You understand
That's
what
what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying?
People try to crucify the genre so much, but that's my thing. Like I'll turn around and say drill save me. You feel me? Drill save me as even just making beats and doing big stuff in the music scene and the drill scene. It saved me. You get me? Like at the end of the day, yeah, it might not be as positive as people would want it to be and all of these type of things, but at the end of the day, it's just the harsh reality of what's actually happening in this day and age. You feel me? Like,
There you go.
there's nothing hidden. There's nothing. You feel me? It's in your face. So
There you go.
instead of trying to downplay these kids that are doing drill and try to counsel them and do all these things, maybe help, bro. Reach out to these areas when stuff is like that. You feel me? Like, try to stop things like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, drill, yeah, man. I know for a fact, yeah, I've been in sessions. A lot of people don't see this. A lot of people only see artists when they're in a stage where it's like just on their social medias and all of these type of things. I see artists
when they're popping.
I see artists how they are in the studio. And I'll tell you for now, every drill rapper that comes to record, they do it to change their life. They don't care what they're saying. They don't care about none of these things. The main thing that they want to do, they see that's a way out. Do you get what I'm saying? And music tends to be a cry for help. A lot of people like to kick that to the curb and forget that. These guys are in a session. I'm telling you, I can see it in their eyes. I can hear it in their music. Everything we're doing, it normally tends to be a cry for help. You feel me? So, yeah, man. But even to touch on that whole subject of the obviously, like you said, the guys going to county lines and the drug dealers stuff and that. I definitely hear what you guys are saying, man. For me personally, it's not modern day slavery, man. It's not modern day slavery.
Cap, man.
Get what I'm
I
saying?
agree with what Jerome is saying because I see you have the comments pulled up. Because I want to get to the other stuff that he says about the people liking to dress good on a daily. Let's touch on that.
Okay, cool. Go on,
do you know so funny? I even wanted to add on a little bit.
Well, what you got for me today?
Yeah, listen. Even to add on what Jerome said, I feel like times have changed now. You feel me? Like you get what I'm trying to say right now. I feel like times have changed. The young G's don't want to be the older guys now. They want to be better than the older guys.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? They want to do an extra part. We don't, bro. Come on, I'm.
What he says here, kids are using kids. It's not even the OGs. It's not even
the OGs no more, bro. The kids want to be bigger than the OGs. You feel me? They want to be better than the old heads, bro.
There's
majority of these kids think they know better, bro. You get me? We're living in a different day and age, bro. Like I'm talking about. You've got like 14, 15-year-olds sitting at home making bare money just doing fraud, bro. You feel me? Off a computer. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't even need to touch grass, bro. You feel me? So it's a different day and age, bro. There's way more loopholes. The internet's involved now. There's so many more things, bro. You get what I'm saying? So, bro, no one looks at an old man and say, oh, like, yeah, I want his car when I'm old. Nah, bro. That stuff is out the window, bro. You got 19, 20-year-olds driving GLEs, GLCs.
Right.
And that.
The old heads are looking to the young cats talking about how y'all making that much bread.
That money,
spent
exactly.
half my life doing what I'm doing. But the difference between the old cats, right, and the new school is that the old school knows that you can't, as fast as you make money, baby, is as fast as you lose it, right? And the young kids, they don't care. They're just like, if I could get a bag, I'll take 2-3 years. And guess what? When I come out, my bag is still going to be there. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's what
Jerome's feeding the word right now. He said, listen, you see, you man are proper. Big up yourself. Big up Jerome, man. But go on, firms.
But yeah, that's just my way that I look at it, you feel me? Because obviously, like I said, I like this panel because obviously, like I said, there's different age groups between all of us, you can say. So
Right.
it's a lot of different generational stuff. So it's not like I'm not agreeing with what you lot said. I'm 24 years old, bro. I
Right.
see it for myself, for what my generation's on, and the difference that I hear from the older heads as well. Every time I
Right.
speak to an older person, they say, bro, like if we had what you lot had, we'd be hit. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
facts.
times are changed, bro.
Big
Times
facts.
has changed. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I hear a lot of older people respecting
Big up
our
Jamie.
generation in terms of what we do and how we're making money. You feel me? It could be a small thing like even just streaming, bro, or playing games. You feel me? Like that stuff wasn't around back in the day. You feel me? So,
No,
Yeah.
like
it's
I said, there's a
absolutely
lot of
respected.
man.
It's
100%.
absolutely respected, but it's not understood either.
Understood.
You
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
the generation before us had to really get it out the mud.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
I'm 30, right? So yeah, like they was getting it out the mud,
Mhm.
and then there are people before that were getting it out the mud, and then there are people before that were oppressed.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Facts.
So like, you know, it's one of those things where like the internet is still not fully understood by
Right.
the older generation either. And I
Yeah.
think that's where the miscommunication comes between the generations. And I think we spoke on that in one of our talks about how each generation sees things differently. It's about the
Facts.
respect.
Facts.
It's about the respect. You understand what I'm saying? And like,
Mhm.
even when you go on TikTok, you see like these little videos, right? Where it's like the generations clapping back at each other, or like the old people talking about the younger people coming for the older people, and they're all like stitching each other's stuff. And I find those so hilarious because it's just like, yeah, you know what? There was a generation outside running around drinking out of water hose and falling out of trees, and their parents weren't taking them to the fucking hospital. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
it's just really funny to just know that at the end of the day, that's where we need to bring awareness. Our awareness needs to come from respect. As long as we know that things are changing, things are evolving, we can't implement change on people who are also very set in their ways. You've been here 24 years. There's people that have been here 50 years. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that have been here 40 years, 60 years, 90 years. Everybody's perspective on what they've gone through and how the economy and how the world has evolved is different.
Yep.
And we
It's
all
true.
carry different generational stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like that 90-year-old again is going back to the 1910s. You know what I mean? The 1840s, whatever. So every generation, every person, as they in every different slot carries different generational just experiences, you know, stories. That's how culture is passed down. That's how history is passed down. You know.
So I was gonna ask. So what do people respect nowadays?
Oof.
If we're talking about respect, what do people actually respect nowadays? Just a question.
Clout, bro. Clout is the biggest thing out there, bro.
Yeah, clout's a drug.
Clout is that's the
you don't have to be real anymore. You just have to be popular.
Yeah. Clout, bro.
Big
It's
up
not
the
even
other
money
Jade in
no
the building
more.
as well.
But it's so many things, bro. It's not money no more, bro. It's just clout. You go and be an internet sensation, bro. You gain clout, bro. It's over.
I think it's money too, though.
Yeah.
Lie.
Let me go through the comments.
It's like its own currency. I'm telling you, it's like its own currency.
You guys, let me go through the comments. I'm gonna go through the comments quickly, just to get them out of the way, and then we carry on. I don't want the people in the chat to feel like they're not being heard. Give us a cert, people. So Jamie was talking about the Hillsong Church. They get people to volunteer to do better of their work, like modern day slavery. Yeah, I see that. Rhino, a lot of man actually dress nice though. Look at a couple man on the hill from old school. They could dress. The kids assume they'll get the same thing. Yep, bruv, facts, bruv. That's what it is right now. Having swag.
It's even, but you know, it's even mad though. Drip itself. Like that's what I say. Back in the day, you only see a couple man wearing Prada. You only see a couple man. It's different
now. These kids have got the goose on Montclair.
I've got, bro. I see, bro. Let's even be real. It might even boil down. Like, let's be real, bro. Some little kids I'm seeing nowadays. Even I'm talking about 2-year-olds and that. They're wearing Jordans and that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't lie.
Clothes. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I can't lie. Growing up in the '90s, being a '90s baby, all my pictures, I was in Jordans. I was in nice clothes.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like I grew up wearing Rockaware and Echo and Baby Fat.
Academic.
You know, those are
Academics.
things these kids don't even know about. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So, you know,
Averexes is that.
we come from the generation where felines were still popular. They were expensive. You know what I mean? Champion made its comeback, but Champion was expensive back in the day. And then it ended up on the Walmart shelves and then Nike bought it back.
Even the Pradas, people were wearing them to school. They were a big thing at school.
But what's different between F&R, but what's different between 2-year-olds wearing Jordans, right? And 13-year-olds wearing $1,000 Yeezys, okay? Now that is where we talk the difference. You understand?
No, but you see, my thing though, even to say with that, yeah, the reason why I wouldn't even say it's a mad difference like that, yeah, because I'm looking at something like cool where I've grown up, yeah. Let's say the hood, and like I said, obviously people obviously have your kids. If your parents could afford the Jordans, you'll get the Jordans. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm seeing a 2-year-old wearing designer stuff like Moncler, all of these type of things, do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, if you could afford that, you could afford that. No. I'm even just saying growing up, not just directly a 2-year-old, just a young kid. You feel me?
I hear you.
It's like when they get to an older age. And say you've grown them up and they've known is all these mad designer clothes and all these type of things. By the time they hit about 12, 13, they're gonna want that stuff. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where stuff becomes a bit more expensive. So mommy and daddy might not have the money for that now. So you're gonna have to go make your own money now. Do you get what I'm saying? So again, we might even have to start looking at the type of stuff our parents show us. You feel me? Because I know how I am. I'm humble. I'll rock a trackie all week, bro. You feel me? I'm humble, bro. Like, I understand. Like, my mom looked after us three. You feel me? Me, my brother, my sister. You feel me? Like, I didn't have the latest.
They got Mommy Firms. Trust me. She's one of the big subscribers of MGTV. Yeah, listen, big up Mommy Firms. Trust me.
So you get what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. I feel like because I know that and where I've come from, it's like now where I am. I don't care about drip. You feel me? I don't care about drip. I'll buy a few tracksuits and be calm. You feel me? But a lot of people sometimes it don't even have to come from.
But listen, when Firms wants to put on the drip, don't let him cap to you though. When he wants to put on the drip though, he'll pull it out. He'll pull it out the hat still.
I think that's everybody, and it's kind of like, and it's what you said. It's not even about what the parents show us. It's about how you're raised, right? So like.
Nature.
Your parents before you might have grown up very poor. You get what I'm saying? Then they get to you, and of course, what is their love language? It's going to be materialistic things because they grew up in lack, right? So they're going to overcompensate what they didn't have growing up for you, right? Whether they can afford it or not, they're going to find a way to do it, right? Because they're compensating for how they grew up, right?
Facts.
So like even for myself, I grew up, just my mom. She just liked us to look clean. You feel me? I can't. We just always looked clean. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah.
Even if she didn't have the most money, whatever. Anyway, the point is that even growing up like that, getting the sneakers. I showed up to basketball practice one time with a limited edition pair of Jordans that were $130. My football cleats were like $100 Jordan little gold, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? And now in my adulthood, it's just like, even growing up, I never cared for those things. I can go to Walmart and go buy me a $5 t-shirt and be completely fine. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I need to get dressed, I can go get dressed. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like going out and like seeing stuff and being like, oh, I need this, or being a compulsive shopper, or like, no, like, I don't know, like, I'm the same way as you, FNR, like, but that doesn't mean that as a kid, I grew up. I think that's what it is. I think if you grew up kind of in lack, even if your family had it or dressed you or whatever, like, you're going to want to overcompensate for something. So I think that's what happens. I feel like when people buy, it's the same thing, like, what do they say? Like, you guys, the men go through a midlife crisis at like 40 or whatever age, and you guys buy like a convertible car. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because you're overcompensating for like all of like your sorrows and your regret. You know what I mean? So you got to go buy this $120,000 car that's gonna feed your ego.
Can I ask something quickly? So do you feel influence plays a role?
Influence?
Yeah, like as in environment. So the people on your estate or family members or just your usual friends.
I think influence plays a part on both sides. influence can go either way. It can either influence those people to want to be exactly like what they're seeing, or it will influence you to be the complete opposite of what you are seeing. It just depends how the person reacts to that environment around them.
Yeah, facts, man. Let me go through some more comments quickly. Big up Jerome in the building. Hey, listen, we've gone past 10 likes now. I'm happy, man. 11 now. Listen, you lot are making me smile, man. Listen, can we get a like 15? What? Can we get a like 15 now? Listen, let's get a like 15. But anyway, let me catch up on these comments. Jerome says here, the clothes and the jewels sometimes aren't even a boast. Some people like to dress good. Yep. Jamie said earlier, you need to cut entertainment as a whole. You can't blame drill music and not horror movies or action movies.
That's
Facts.
true too. We didn't even get into that topic yet about how
yeah,
influence.
We're gonna talk about that when we proper do the show on drill. Trust me, you lot better be ready. Listen, Jada's saying that blaming. What do you say? Jamie, what you saying?
No, I said I'm there.
Yeah. Make sure, man. Blaming drill helps take the attention of the policy's shortcomings. Yeah, bro. They want to shift the blame. They don't want to take accountability for their whack efforts and doing their job. You see, yeah, I read that already. Respect has gone out the window. Hundreds.
Absolutely, Lester.
Right now, I'm from West, and the same shit happened over here. Yep. Listen, Northeast, Southwest, UK,
Anywhere,
US, same shit,
even
man.
out of London, bro.
Out of London, yeah, man. Things like what's this? Things like Lucian don't exist no more, so modern day slavery shouldn't be a thing.
You're looking at Lucian.
Gunman thing, they respect that. You see the Wicked Man, they respect it. Yep. See, listen, I need to keep up with the comments. Listen, I'm loving the comments though. Westman, but yeah, Westman, I've been listening. The Westman, I've had the drip from back in the day. I can't even lie to you. I can't even cap. Like, don't get it. South had drip, but the West had a little swag with it. Like, they had a little. Say again, JV.
Disagreeing with that.
Oh, you disagree? Go on, took it, Ish, my boy. Go on.
What are you talking about in terms of what? Dressing?
No, like I feel like they started they kind of got known for a culture of dressing. Like Southman dressed, but you wouldn't necessarily.
I'll give it to the Northman in that, man.
Oh yeah, North as well. Yeah, definitely.
I forgot about the North. Oh. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate you. I'm just sitting here, I'm just waiting.
Triple Trey says it's all about image and wealth now. Yeah, I big up OGs in the building. Listen, I love you guys, man. Different areas, different eras. Rhino now wait, bare youths are wearing fake clothes. Yeah, that's the pressures of society. We're gonna talk about that in a future video as well. Jerome says here he's gonna explain Lucian. Yeah, explain it to me. I think Alyssa was aware of what you meant.
No, I'm with you.
Jerome says North had the chains and the drills. Yeah, I know. Okay. Jamie would agree with that. I agree with that too. Actually, I can't even lie. You feel me? WWW's in the chat. Listen, 115 likes. Yes, my people, come on. I can get a 20 now. Come on.
If you get a 20, I'm about to get you a little raise or something.
Listen. I can get a 20. Come on. Listen. Come on, people, man. Big up the people in the building. So, are you talking about lotioning? Yeah, I know what lotion is. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Don't ask how I know, but I know. You feel me? I know what lotion is, man. Yeah, how you lotion to a girl. Yeah. So let me go back to what you said earlier. You said things like lotion don't exist no more. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah. I get you. But yeah, man. Listen. So obviously, I agree with Margs, innit? I don't care what people want to say, but it's the way he delivered it, and certain parts of what he said, I don't agree with how he's delivered it and what he said. You know what I'm saying? Let me check that Jade's. Jade, are you still in the building? Is your audio good? Yeah. You're even all shy. Well, what's your opinion, man?
I'm just listening.
You're listening now. You're gonna talk. I'm chiming you in. I'll put you on the spot. Well, what's your thoughts on everything? What have you gathered from this conversation?
So what are we talking about? Like
cancel culture.
So
Cancel culture.
basically, was talking about the whole modern day slavery because Margs made a comment that young guys that go country for the elders, it's not modern day slavery. And we were basically all agreeing, but within reason, we're saying that there's parts of it that it kind of could hint towards modern day slavery, but there's no way you can just blame it and say, yes, it's modern day slavery because these young kids want to do it. And now we're talking about the pressures of how all these young kids are hustlers and all of that.
It's straight grooming. I can't lie.
You think it's grooming?
Money,
go on,
but
explain.
You know that it's not the right way. The older people, they know it's not the right way. Even what you lot were saying before, that some of the young kids are bringing in other young kids, they know it's not right. They know that they don't want to be doing the things that they've got these young kids doing. It's just grooming. You're making them do things they don't want to do. Do you get what I'm saying?
My point is, I feel like the young kids want to do it. That's what I think personally.
But they want to
you
do
disagree.
It because I feel like they're sold dreams of like.
Oh, okay.
Things,
yep.
You know what I mean? They get told, oh, you can make this, you can do this. It's not going to be that bad. Then when you're really in the situation, it's different. It's completely different.
But
the
that's
true.
Drug dealers are the ones who glorify it, and the drug dealer is the one who gives the opportunity. So whose fault is it for really putting them on? The drug dealer that's giving them the thing, or the music that they've been listening to already?
I say the drug dealer.
This conversation's getting a bit interesting. I like it. Go on. So Jamie says the drug dealer. Alyssa disagrees. Go on, Alyssa. Why do you disagree?
I'm just saying, like, you listen to let's just put it like this. I'm gonna put it easy. You listen to a song, you watch a movie, you see a gun, it's a nice gun, you see what they do with the gun, you have a thought in your head, right? You got that idea, you got that thought from the movie, from whatever you took in, from whatever content you took in, right? Even if you're outside and you're watching your neighborhood, people making money, right? That's all stuff you're taking in. It's influence, like what you talked about, influence, right? Then you go outside, you know you're not old enough to buy the gun, you know you're not old enough to make that play, but you find somebody who's willing to give you the gun. Yeah, it's the person's fault who's giving you the gun, but the person who's giving you the gun, that's his job. He don't care how old you are. His job is to literally just make his bread and go about his day.
I get that.
You understand what I'm saying? So where did the kid originally get the idea? It's not like he just woke up and said, oh, I'm going to just go get a gun today. And,
no, it's true.
Premeditated.
I think we're talking about different things here, though, because that's slightly different.
It's the same with drugs. If a drug dealer makes a music video and all of a sudden, right, let's relate it to what it is then. All right. If the drug dealer, right, makes a music video and he's talking about girls, cars, money, all of that stuff, everything looks good, right? Then 2 weeks later, MTV Cribs launches his MTV Cribs, right? So now everybody knows who he is as a rapper. They watch all his music videos. They see how much money he has. Every appearance that he makes on social media, whatever, money. It could be a drug dealer too, whatever, right? Bet. They go, they watch the content they see now. They're like, oh, wow, MTV Cribs, nice ass house, cars parked there. They get a little glimpse of behind the scenes, right? So what do they want to do? They want to go out. How was that perceived? They made all that bread off of drug dealing. They're not even promoting that they're making that money off of being artists. You feel me? They're promoting drugs and women.
I even wanted to add towards what you're saying, yeah. I even got another example as well, yeah. Some kids are actually forced into certain things earlier in terms of like I can actually talk from someone's experience that I know. I won't say any names, you feel me? But let's say a person I did know, he had to start paying rent at his house from 16 as soon as he turned 16. You feel me? Tried to do a few jobs, like work normal 9 to 5s. It's not enough. You feel me? It wasn't enough money. It wasn't making sense at that point. You get me? So obviously he couldn't keep up with the money that he was paying for rent at his house. He had to leave now. He got kicked out. Was living by himself. Now, obviously, he at 16, no one should really be living by yourself. For me personally,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, still under your parents' roof. You're still a kid. You feel what I'm saying? But at that point, that's where he had to turn to the whole drug system and all of these type of things because the money weren't stretching in the 9 to 5s. It weren't making no sense. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't maintaining the lifestyle that he could. Not because you think everyone wants to just trap for for drip and stuff like that. Not everyone has the same thing, you know. Like people actually need to realize this. We're in a different generation right now. Some people trapped to even just provide for their family, bro. Some people trapped just to even, bro, there's young parents out here. Some people even trapped just to feed their kid or to provide for their kid. You feel me? Nappies, whatever. All of this stuff's expensive now. You feel me? So, like I said, a guy that I know, he got kicked out, started trapping just to even just pay rent for his house where he was living, bro. It wasn't even for any drip, any of those type of things, just to pay rent and to feed
just to
himself.
maintain, literally.
Just to maintain. That's what I'm saying. So it's not everyone wants to be the rich guy. Not everyone wants to be the rich guy. Of course, people have goals to work towards that. But just because I see a Lamborghini in the ends on the hood, just because I see a Lambo, it doesn't mean that I'm immediately going to be like, okay, he must have got it because of drugs. There's so much things now, bro.
Yeah.
You could be a trader, you could be a camera, you could be anything. You feel me?
In this day and age, yeah. But in neighborhoods like that, Lamborghinis aren't just driving up and down the block either.
No, 100%. But I'll give you an example from where I'm from. Like this, what I'm saying. Where I'm from, I'm from the hood, bro. You feel me? So
yeah, I've seen
the Lambo before. I remember like you see where I'm from. Yeah, you could go from estates, drive 5-10 minutes up the road. Then you've got big ass houses with gates and that. You feel me? So
that's a lot of places.
A lot of places. So when I drove past these houses, even us Rido till this age, Rido, when we drive past these big houses, what did I say to you? I'm in it. I'm like, nah, bro, spin the car, bro. Like, see this house again. I don't turn to you and say, hey, bro, nah, I need to get a couple packs, bro. Fly this thing, bro. I don't think that, you feel me? I feel like it's what you're around and what you want to do.
Literally.
You feel me?
But
what you're able to interact with.
Yeah, but it's different too. Like if you're driving through a neighborhood, if you're driving through the hood and the scenery is something and there's people hanging out in your hood with nice things and those type of things, right? Then it's a different perspective than you driving into a nice neighborhood and knowing that person is a doctor, that person is a whatever. You get what I'm saying? That person is.
But even that's perception.
100%. But me personally, I don't see
it
that
is,
being. I don't see that being real though. I generally would ask it like I don't think people go through hoods and see a man with a nice chain or man dripping like, oh my god, I want to be like him. Like, what does he do? Trap?
But it depends.
I don't think that's the first. I don't think that's no, but I just don't think that's the first thing.
No, the first thing is how can I get close to that guy?
Yeah. There you go.
That's not the first thought. The first thought is.
I feel like it takes a lot more than that, bro.
No, it's
the reason why I do because, like I said, bro, like social media, I can understand the man going on someone's Instagram. I see the drip, I see the jewels, and seeing that, and seeing him hold a big stack of cash. I'm thinking, damn, what does he do, bro? He must be locked in like that. You feel me? But nowadays, bro, like I said, but even what Jerome was saying, a lot of kids wear the fake drip and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, bro, like I said, you can walk outside, bro. There'll be a 15-year-old in Palm Angels, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Or something crazy like that. Like, bro, like it's in your face. Social media, the drip stuff is in your face. Everyone takes pictures with drip. Everyone does everything with drip. So at the end of the day, that's just my opinion for me anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, like it's literally who you can interact with. So it might not be you that's influenced by the drug dealer, but it might be your best friend or it might be your cousin. And they might get in your ear and say, you know what, we can make money and X, Y, and Z. So I feel it all depends. It's on the situations, on the circumstances, and like you said, if you're growing up and you don't have anything, and you're seeing somebody with everything, even like back in the day for us, it was the trainers. Who's got the latest trainers? Oh, like he's got air bubbles on his trainers, or whatever the case may be. That's going to influence you to try to get some sort of money if your parents can't afford it, or if you're coming up in like a single family home, or whatever the case may be. So it all depends on the situation and the circumstances for me.
100%. No, 100%. And I like that the way that firms brought in that example of people have reality out here in terms of what they're going through, and the pressures of what they're going through can push them towards that. And that goes back to my point. It's not modern day slavery. You can't. It's the way people blame violence on drill is the context as to what they said. Young people going to do drugs is modern day slavery. They're just blaming it, saying
I feel like too much. You know what it is though? Even what you were saying, Ron, I feel like there's too much men that watch movies and think like, you know, when you're watching them old school movies, but there's like 10 olders on the block playing dice, and they're like, oh, you want to make money? That guys move like it's like that, bro. Bro, we're all from the hood, bro. Like, let's be real. I don't see olders like that, bro. Like, I'll be so real. Like I see certain men that you see like back in the day.
Depends, bro.
No, 100%.
If it's like a block party or, do you know what I mean? The man
No,
gonna be out.
100%. But this is my thing. Like this was I'm talking about every day. Like, bro, I've grown up with so much guys that have gone in very lots of direction. I haven't heard of say, bro, my man, what he's wearing. I'm going to start trapping.
So then you've never grown up around full of shit people.
1,000,000% I have.
I'm being honest because you said you're 24, and I don't want to bring up your age or anything like that. That your generation doesn't have that. Oh, I want to dress like this or I want to do that because
that's a good thing.
That moment, his generation is mature.
Hold on, he said that everybody's on the internet making money. They can sit at home. They don't have to touch grass. None of that stuff, right? Our day didn't grow up like that. We were outside until the street lights came off. We were kicked out of the house. We were forced to be on the streets.
Outside.
And I'm just saying, I'm just saying when it comes to the hustler stuff, you understand what I'm saying? You absolutely did want to be like the guy that was driving down in the fucking Mercedes.
Back in the day,
You're sitting in a fucking 1980 van. Okay, your first thought
didn't have a lot of heroes.
That's a nice ass car. I would love to own that car one day. It could have been a PT Cruiser, and you were like, "Wow, that car is so nice."
I can't lie, Alyssa. I can't lie. You have to kind of explain the whole PT Cruiser thing because here we're talking about Astras and A classes. I don't know about PT Cruiser.
Yo, when I was like 11, I wanted to be just like a PT, bro.
Like I said,
okay.
Rather, you know where I've grown up. You feel me? So I've seen a bit of both, bro. It's the same thing. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm not far from you. Like same thing. I used to be outside.
No, but to be honest, Firms is a bit of an anomaly, man. Firms is his maturity is high.
I was gonna say.
I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong.
Yeah.
But the whole internet stuff, like that's really what y'all into. But like you can't speak for like. You know what I mean? You can't speak for that generation of people. Yes, everything is a lot of DS nowadays. If people see it, they want it. But just because you're not that type of person, just because I'm not that type of person, doesn't mean that we haven't all encountered those people who are so quick to use you for what you have. They don't care who you are, where you live. They don't care about none of that shit. As long as you're flashing something, you smell nice, you look good, they automatically assume you got it and they want to mess with you.
No, but that's my thing. That was my whole point. You see, for me, even quickly, JB, I was gonna let me just
go on, bro.
See my thing. What I've seen, what I've actually seen and acknowledged, bro. I see bro. Like nowadays, this whole generation, even the younger generation, bro, the olders are washed to these guys. No one. That's what I'm saying. Like
I was gonna say,
don't look at the olders like this. The people don't look at the olders like that because, bro, olders like before. People back in the day, they were content with being how their older is or trying to get to where their older is. These young boys don't want to be that no more. These young boys want to be more than their older.
But that's the point of what we're talking about.
This is the point I was going to make. Like, we didn't have a lot of heroes when we were growing up. Seeing this, like, for you lot now, you lot have so much access to everything worldwide. If you want to speak to someone in Africa, you could do it. For us, it was literally what's around us, family members and your local area, your local community, whatever the case may be. With this social media thing, is influence you lot differently. What made you want to be a producer?
I don't even know, bro.
What influenced you? But it must have been something that caught your eye. It's mad, bro. I just started making beats, still like I just thought it was one time. It was when I was obviously doing GCSE music. I was just like, right, this is kind of cool. You feel me? Like, it makes everyone happy. You had a choice. You had a choice.
I had a choice, though. Yeah, facts. That's what I said. I had a choice.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's the point I was just trying to make in it. Like, you lot, it's easy for you lot to find someone you can look up to and influencer your podcasters or whatever the case may be. There's so many avenues.
Than what we had.
Yeah, there's so many avenues for you lot to go down. But for us, our thing was very limited.
Facts.
What's he pulling up? Oh, no, has he signed?
This guy's
a cat.
Here we go. I've been waiting for the here. Sorry, I don't even care.
No, about the black goalkeeper.
Listen. Here we go.
I'll never sign one, man.
Here we go. I've been waiting for the here we go for days. Here we go. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. No, but funny enough, let me chime in. No one Firms was talking about dice, but we used to play Pound Up. it's kind of similar, you know. You know, pound up and that. Bro, but anyway, listen.
Yeah, go.
Firms is an anomaly. Listen, when you guys are around this guy, this genius, one half of FNR Beats, the maturity level and everything is crazy. Trust me. Let me get through some comments quickly though. We are an hour and 10 minutes in. I was gonna keep it at an hour, but the conversation's too good, man.
Yeah, Jerome's right. Too good. Still.
Let me just run through the old comments. Yeah, facts here. Yeah, random driving rentals, 100%. London is gentrified. Yep. Yeah. I agreed with you. I put the thumbs up. People have migrated all over London now due to areas being in high demand. Look at Stratton, Brixton, Crane, people are cashing in. Yep, facts. Benjamin says here, no one's looking at the olders. Back in the days, Soul Solid Crew, PDC, OC, times have moved on. The young kids are moving different. Yeah, basically echoing what Firms is saying.
They have
this generation's evolved, and that goes back to my point. It's not modern day slavery, bro.
Yeah.
These kids know what they're doing.
They know,
bro.
They know what they're doing, bro. I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. And then maybe they want to use that to kind of bust their case when they get caught, and play the victim and whatever. But these guys know what they're doing, man. Trust me.
You have shows that Top Boy and that, man.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
Too much
That's why I say it's influence. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they want to be like the old head. What I'm saying is they want to be like the popular guy.
Yeah, they want to be
popular guy has, whether it's views, content, whatever that.
We need to talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in our video, the social media video, the impact of social media. We're gonna talk about the how clout is a culture now. It's a drug, and how they. Bro, Firms, remember, me and Firms were in studio, and Renz, big up Renz. We had some of our young artists in there. I think at the time, one artist was 16 and one was 17. Listen, we had a young artist in the building. They were just talking, and they were both comparing their Instagrams. Do you know what argument these kids were having? And big up, they know who they are as well. They were arguing about, I got this amount of likes in 8 hours. Your thing's dead, man. You got it in 10 hours. I'm like, what? They're having a whole 10-minute conversation about who's got the most likes. I'm thinking, bro,
that's real.
Their thing's different. It's different now, man. It's different still, trust me. And everything's evolved. So going back from our days, you know, from how the block used to be to how it is now. Listen, if I had what the young kids had now, at 17, I was doing that. I was mad smart anyway. By 18, I had my studio and everything already at 18. You get me? I was already a leader of a hierarchy at 18. I had a receptionist and everyone. So I've been used to having, you know, being the pillar of something and being organized and being into the management stuff. But the opportunities these kids have now.
Too many.
Listen, I'm managing myself. If I was managing a YouTuber, they're not gonna have the work rate I have. I have to lead by example because this whole YouTube thing started from the ground up. We've got now consistently between 8 and 20 people in the chat. I remember having 0. It's progress. So this is what I teach people. Be consistent. It grows. Keep putting in the work. But another YouTuber is going to be in my position and see 8 people in the chat and be disheartened by it. Oh, 8 people, that's dead. Look at my man, he's got 100. Look at my man, he's got 1,000.
That happens to me all the time.
It don't work like that. It happens to us, but we rise above it. We believe in the vision. You feel me? Like now we've got consistent people in the comments. We've got people having a chat with us. Before I used to talk to myself. Me, Jamie, Firms and that. And Lissa's been there as well. We used to record in the background because we was not ready to go live. When we started going live, we were talking to ourselves. Now we can have people in the building and big up the people in the chat. We're on 16 now. Listen, 4 more. I just need 4 more. I know there's not enough people in there to get 4. If you already like the video,
4 likes, man. Run up 4 likes and Rano will wear Arsenal shirt.
Oh no, never. Never, ever. Listen,
wait, I don't even call him Declan. Sorry, Dex.
Dex.
Yeah, you should call man.
Dex. Sorry, I didn't even mean to disrespect.
Don't get me started.
Hey, Deckers.
Dex and Tim.
But yeah, nah, but 100%, man. Listen, at the end of the day, going back to the point, cancel culture in the UK, we can't do nothing in the UK compared to America, man. Americans have a bit of a leeway to a degree. Here,
too small.
They're
bro.
too small-minded. They don't care, bro. If a girl now wants to come out and start doing the mad thing in terms of like, if a girl right now wanted to just say she does this, she does that, and this is how she makes money. Yeah, OG Nikki, for example, people don't like it. They don't like what they don't understand or what they think is bad. But they don't realize that they don't respect the hustle. We're in a day and age where you just need to hustle, bruv. We just need to hustle.
That's true.
You need to appreciate everyone's hustle to a degree. Obviously, we've got morals.
No, not when you're selling your soul.
Oh, not when you're selling your soul. We don't sell our soul around there. You know, we don't do none of that. None of them triangles and all that.
You're watching this show.
I am the most out the mud.
Please unsubscribe.
Will you get out?
Listen, even for the likes, if right now, Rob, we're on 18 now. Two more. Listen,
no, we're at 19
we're on 19. So my thing's moving slow. Listen, big up the people. Listen, it's the Glazer Wi-Fi, man. The Glazers need to be out. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys a promise. When the Glazers go, I'm gonna buy a mad camera, and a fresh kit. And you know I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna buy a goalkeeper kit. I'm gonna have Onana on the back. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, do it. Make sure you do it.
You're playing it, please.
Just get us a
the Glazers are, and also me and the man them have got a plan. Big up FNR. Me and the man them, we've got a plan. Listen, we've got our clothes ready for when the Qataris come in. You're gonna see us all. Me, Saeed, and that. Listen, watch us. Don't let us get the Qataris. You're gonna see us live. All of us are gonna have it to the first game we all go to. We're gonna have it. Shameless.
Keep wishing, bro.
Listen,
keep wishing.
Yeah,
keep wishing.
Man. Them man are getting gassed about a black goalkeeper, you know.
But I've seen that. Oh, man.
Listen, man. Shall I tell you something?
Black goalkeeper, bro.
Shall I tell you something?
I learned in this life, black people are not supposed to be goalkeepers.
Hey, listen. Shall I tell you something? Shall I tell you something, Jamie and FNR? Times have changed, my boys.
Times have changed.
What like Mendy?
Mendy, listen. Mendy's a bit. He needs a mend, man. He's on the mend, man.
I told you, name me one good black goalkeeper, and don't tell me
Times. You play for Newcastle, innit? Yeah. Listeners feeling left out right now. Sorry. This what happened.
I completely zoned out. I do 1,000 things. I have.
Man, need to start looking at other sports, NFL, basketball.
Yeah, I need to look into that, man. Big up my guy, Flawless. Flawless watches all them sports.
Over there, actually.
Films was at a baseball game.
I had a mad boring. They're like 3 hours.
No, it's cap, man. It's cap. It's not boring, man. I think I actually liked it, bro. I thought it was.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, bro, you know it is.
But their games are too.
When you watch it, you realize how skilled it is. You feel me? It's one of them type of sports. You're like, raw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, man was throwing the ball, the whip on the
ball.
No,
yeah. The way they throw the ball, the technique is different.
Bro, it's different. And then you see when they're swinging the ball, and bro, trust me, it's lit, man. It's lit.
But 3 hours.
Nah, I didn't stay for the whole game now. So I ain't gonna lie. I watched a little hour and I cut. You feel me?
So cancel culture.
Yeah, cancel culture. Listen, I big up the last video that we did about do women have it easier. The views are flying on that, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Our next Sunday we are going to be doing. Let me pull it up now.
I share all those links in the OGC too. So next week,
thank you, man.
Get us a link next week, okay, right now?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. Wait, hold on. Have we got 6 more subscribers in the space of this video?
Big
I think it's 5 or 6. Thank you. W's, man. Roll to 4K. But like I said, a lot of my old subscribers are getting filtered out. Some of them I think are even nonsense. Because, you know, back like, and even my Twitter as well, I get bare dumb follows from some weird accounts. So, listen, I need all of you guys to get out. So, listen, we're going to be talking, let's talk football, sports, talking what's happening in life. We're going to be talking about loads of stuff. And if you're not interested in that, please just subscribe to another channel. We're here for good vibes, good energy. All you fake followers with all some mad names in your accounts and no videos posted and all of that, please. I just need genuine subscribers. So roll to 4K, people. But listen, next video is next Sunday. We're going to be talking about, I believe it's the drill. Impact of social media. That's what we're doing next week. The impact of social media. Yeah. And then the week after that, we're going to be talking about UK girls versus US girls. Interesting.
Boy, I'm here for that one.
30th July. We're ready. Listen, Alyssa, you might have to bring on Alyssa, you might have to bring it on a panel for us as well.
I gotta get like, because like when we talk about females, like what are we talking about? Because like I'm like, y'all call me the 1% every week. Right?
It's gonna be like this.
I need to get somebody in here who's like the 50%.
Right?
I don't know. I might call up one of my friends, honestly, that is not a content creator but just doesn't have the same morals. You know what I mean? And get them talking a little spicy in here about what it is they actually,
Okay.
do as an American girl that UK girls, would be shamed for canceling.
Oh, right. Yeah, man. Listen, and we might have to do that in parts because, like I said, once I get my channel monetized, members only. Certain things are for the members only after dark. You know what I'm saying? After members dark. Only. And not even just after dark, yeah. Exclusive as well. We're gonna have exclusive stuff as well, like stuff that are more personal to us that you loyal members will deserve to know. Do you get what I'm saying? So big up, man. But yeah, what else have we got coming? We've got should obese people pay for 2 tickets on the plane?
Yes.
Listen, we got some hot topics.
Hey, that one
came out a bit too quick. Pause that.
I guess that's what happens if they don't buy the 2 tickets, right?
And I can't lie, a lot of people are on this. Yes, they have to, like with chest. Like when someone said to me, I thought they were starting them. I was like, yes.
Don't get me involved.
I was like, I'm gonna say I'm this. I'm not gonna go into it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into it, but I will say this. It's messed up. It is absolutely wrong. It is messed up to body shame people like this. Okay.
I'm not body shaming, but shit.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't lie. Certain man, they might even be here right now. We're saying that people, it's their fault that they're fat and they deserve it. Certain man was saying that.
No comment.
You have to put yourself in the smaller person's position. Now, let me ask that the person might not be that much smaller than you, but they are smaller than you. So you got to put yourself in that position, all right? If I was that size, I would want the whole row to myself. The society wouldn't have to tell me to buy 2 tickets.
Exactly.
Common sense, I'm gonna buy 2 tickets. I'm not sitting on top of the little.
When we said buy one half price, the next one half price.
There should be an offer.
I agree with that.
Or maybe they should just make bigger planes, bro.
No. Don't put my life at risk. Don't put my life at risk because you couldn't bother to hit the treadmill.
Damn.
Maybe instead of a row of 3, they could do like a couple rows of 2s. You feel me?
I agree with what he said. He said that there should be like a discount, like not saying a full discount, but I feel like every seat you buy in the same row, for instance, like you're putting in your information, right? You know how they take like all your other information. So there should be a little question on the questionnaire that says if you're a certain weight, right? So you click that, and then that should open up another menu.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you pick the first seat and the second seat, you feel me? It becomes discounted. Absolutely. Because you're exceeding the weight. Problem solved. Right?
Problem solved.
Not everybody has the money for gastric bypass.
Really gonna find out about cancel culture if we continue, man.
No, we're talking about accountability. They need to take some accountability, bro. So what,
let's save it. Now listen, we're about to do this one next week because listen, that one's looking a bit.
Easy Jets. At Easy Jets. I hope you are listening.
Now Jane said that you should speak to the airline.
Yeah, the airline, exactly.
Why? Just click the button and then it drops down. Little drop list.
We're gonna talk about that. You lot are mad. Waki says that's crazy.
That's how you do it.
I actually think it's a problem on the plane. Kids that cry. I know they can't obviously can't stop it, but it's just the crying when it don't stop.
Yo, listen. I think all people traveling with kids should be on one flight. So I feel like they should have, you know how they have different flights going out all day? They should just have 2 flights going out at the same time, just one for the kids and old people.
That plane will be madness, fam. The whole plane full of kids.
You get on that plane by accident.
Those tickets are gonna be $15.
They're gonna have to give you
Hey, nah, you lot are mad. You lot are mad. You lot are mad. Hey, listen, FYI, 21. We're on 21. We passed 20.
Yeah.
Listen,
Big up people inside.
22. Hey, listen, big up the people inside, man. This must be coming from the Twitter stream as well. How many people on the Twitter stream? No, but big up the people inside, man. Oh, I forgot to pin it. Damn. Hey, there's too much to do when you go live, man. I need to get a producer. I need to get a video producer to start doing. But listen, we're growing. We've got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? But no, that was a good chat, man. I'm gonna wrap it here. I got my 21 likes. Big up Jamie, Jade, the other Jade, Alyssa, Firms, Ren's in the chat. Let me go through some of the comments again. Who else? Listen, big up Waki. Waki's here every Sunday, you know. Every Sunday.
Big up Waki,
big up Ben. Ben's always here as well. Benjamin as well. Let me go from the top actually. Magpies as well. Magpies with he's mad, outrageous comments. Magpies loves it. All right, cool. Yeah, so big up Magpies, big up Synergy that was in there earlier. Mike Young, Gifted Chick, big up. Kojo gave you the big up already. Project that was in there early, big up. Project that was in here earlier, big up. I speak too fast sometimes.
The English
Jerome
thing,
as well. It's an English thing, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Big up Jerome, man.
Fast.
Jerome had a lot of input as well. Big up Jerome, definitely, man. I hope you subscribe, my bro. Big up Triple Trey as well. Triple Trey's here every Sunday. Yeah, man, loving it. If I missed you out, I apologize. Listen, I got a Man United video to do. Listen, oh no, here we go. I need to talk about Harry Maguire as well. Captain stripped. Take off his captaincy. You feel me? Ruthless.
When are we gonna speak about my new signings as well?
Brother,
we can talk.
Don't let this guy talk, man. I don't want to hear it.
I'll give you 41 reasons why he's such a good
damn.
I want to break it down for me. I'm all ears for that.
Yeah, it's cool.
41 reasons. Nah,
yeah, one of them, that dance video, man's doing rice, baby.
Rice.
You know what love Declan Rice if you could. It's calm though, man.
Who?
Bro, you lot, bro. Declan Rice
him to do the Henderson, bro.
Team, bro.
No.
He walks into any Prem team, bro.
Man, no.
He walks into any Prem team, bro.
We've evolved past that. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation.
It's a whole different conversation.
I don't mind that.
You know, Firms had to squeeze that one in. He had to make sure he got that one out.
Can you imagine? He signed for Arsenal and now you could walk into any team. When he was at West Ham,
you could walk into any team at West Ham. I said that at West Ham.
We're going to talk about it.
If Arsenal and Man City went to bid for him, you feel me? Like, it's calm. It's calm though.
They got Calvin Harris and Scott Carson, bro. That don't mean nothing.
Bro, they want Deckers there, bro. Trust me.
Nah, man. Them boys are they're too English.
You know what it is? To be honest, to me, it's calm, bro. Like, we'll see next season.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm as excited as you, bro.
The man. I listen. Anyways, people, big up the chat. If you haven't liked the video already, like the video. Let me do a like check quickly. Someone said we're on 21. What are we on?
We're at 22.
22, yeah. It hasn't even updated on this thing. I don't know what's going on with this Mac. But anyway, big up the people still in the chat. Thank you for staying to the end. Big up the people that were in and out. If you're watching this on a replay, like the video before you leave. I'm going to try and start adding chapters, but to be honest, I've been lazy, man. I need to start adding chapters so you guys can just skip to what you want to listen to. But yeah, if you're watching this on the replay, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell a friend as always. Make sure you subscribe. It's your boy Rhino. Big up Alyssa, Jamie, Firms in the building, and we are out. Peace.
Hey, I swear Firms and Reds pattern this.